remember a man with a major role in those first two titles, quarterback Brook Berringer. He died April 18th, along with his girlfriend's brother, in a private plane crash. Berringer was piloting that plane. It was simply days before the NFL draft, in which Berringer was expected to be a mid-round selection. And now, months after his death, it is the quality of his life, the nature of this teammate, that remains with the Huskers and his family. Steve Cyphers reports tonight's cover story.
9 days before their season opener, the two-time defending national champions go about their work. And more than 300 miles away in Goodland, Kansas, yet another letter arrives, more than 4 months after Brook Berringer died. There have been about 10,000 pieces of mail, 10,000 tributes to Jan Berringer's only son.
Dear Mrs. Berringer and family, I've had you on my heart lately and felt compelled to write. I just wanted to let you know that not only will Brook never be forgotten, but his life continues to make an impact. As you can see,
the impact is seen in the homework of a grade school girl in Osmond, Nebraska, in the shirts bearing number 18 at the spring game. And there is his legacy to his team. One could point to the 1994 National Championship trophy. As a junior, it was Berringer who came off the bench for an injured Tommy Frazier to start and win 7 games. But among the Huskers and their fans, Berringer's true legacy begins with the example he set during his senior season, when he returned to the bench as a backup.
He didn't complain and stuff about not being number one, about, behind Tommy. He didn't dwell on the negative. He worked on what was positive, what could get him toward his goals.
He handled things with such class and dignity that you could not help and be reminded that this guy, if there's anybody that really epitomizes what it is to be a team player, it's this guy right here, Brook Berringer.
He was able to accept whatever role that was thrown at him, and ultimately, he was an asset to the team no matter what his role was.
Even though he was second team, he still strived to be first. He still strived to have no riffles through the team. He was still a team player. So I think the younger guys going to look at that and look at, okay, man, I'm not in the position I want to be, but still I got to work hard and help this team out.
Knowing how he handled that situation, he handled that so much like a man that I think a lot of people respected him more for that than what he actually accomplished on the field, which is a great thing. Football will only take you so far.
I do not like green eggs and ham.
Teammates knew of Berringer's trips to schools, of his visits to hospitals, a place he came to know early in life when his father, Warren, a man who instilled a love of sport and the outdoors to his son, had cancer. He died when Brook was 7.
so I think he understood that that's kind of a sad place for people, and if there's anything he could do to cheer somebody up just because he was a Cornhusker, he knew there were a lot of fans there that may appreciate a visit.
The state didn't mourn because he was a Nebraska football player. Everyone related to Brook as a friend.
I really know that that's going to rub off on all of our players. They look back. It even makes them look back at Brook's life and how he handled things in life, not just on the football field, but even off the field.
It wasn't Brook throwing touchdowns. It wasn't Brook running for touchdowns. It was Brook, the godly man.
You can't leave that out. You would be remiss if you left that phase of it out, because it was his faith in God, his senior year, that not only carried him through, but it kept him strong enough to do even the extra things, walking into hospital wards, visiting children when he was down, when he was hurt, not being divisive when he could have been divisive, and split this team in two.
If I can do what he did and just represent the Nebraska football team the way he did, no, I can't ask for much more than that.
As Nebraska's backup quarterback, Turman accepts Berringer's legacy as a challenge, as does Jake McKee, a longtime friend of Berringer's from Goodland, now a freshman walk-on.
Yeah, some people say I have big footsteps to fill, and they're probably right, but I think everybody on this team has footsteps to fill somewhere. And Brook kind of laid it out for everybody. This is how things should be.
You're going to have these rough spots in your life, and the important thing is those who are finishers. Anybody can be a starter, but the people who finish are important. And you're going to have to...
I think when you're 18, 19, 20, you always think you're bulletproof and you're going to live forever. A lot of people, I think, began to examine their lives a little more closely after Brook died, and so he had a great impact on all of us. So there have been a lot of changes around here, a lot of attitudes, a lot of thinking is no longer short term, and as a result, I think that Brook Berringer had a great impact that will exceed certainly whatever he did on the football field.
An impact that may not be measured by the wins or losses, but by the words of the latest letter in Jan Berringer's hands.
I can't imagine the pain of a mother to lose her son, and my heart and prayers continue to go out to you. But know that God is still using your son in a great and powerful way. May that be of some small comfort to you. God bless you all.
Jan Berringer will be in Lincoln tomorrow, along with Brook's sisters Nicole and Drew. They will show highlights of Brook's career on the big screen. Then this year's co-captains will speak to the crowd, and then the team will unveil the number 18 sticker they shall wear on their helmets throughout this entire season.